Hey guys, welcome to another session of RBTL, or Reading Between the Lines, where we talk about the patch note, and then, of course, my thoughts on the highlights. Official Thai language is launching, which is kind of cool, unexpected, but then at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, if they want to expand, and they want to address, like, all the player base, this is really great. Out of the, like, I would say, like, the game's already covering some of the biggest languages, but yeah, it's a really good addition to have Thai in there. So specific, very cool. I can imagine that it could expand to a couple more languages. 5-star hero Remnant Violet. Now this has been the talk of the week, or 2 weeks rather. When his first intro video was released, people are talking about him, and you know, I get a lot of people on stream asking, hey, how would you build him? Honestly, I think it just depends on how you want to use him. I think lifesteal set still works in my my defense for like Mersa being able to be usable with lifesteal. Although technically speaking, Mersa's cooldown is slightly quicker. So if you don't go AoE only, Mersa's technically more threatening, but he has more base stats than Mersa anyways, outside of speed. Regardless, I still think he's really good even after 2 weeks, and it's not like saying that, you know, nothing can beat him. He has obvious, very obvious direct counters. Again, ones that can strip his evasion buff. Not Wander Silk. What's her name? The Wanda, the SC Wanda, is a direct counter, but it just depends on like how you're using Violet. Are you drafting him in RTA as a counter cleave measure, which I think is very, very viable. If you own Celine, if you own ML Violet, you own Mersa, you own a lot of these other heroes, that doesn't just need to be direct counters to cleave. I think he works as one of them. Very solid. Guild War defense, I think he could still be used. Guild War offense for sure. Just depends on the fight. But the very fact that one of his mechanics is that he launches a very crazy damage with a self-attack buff, and it's a random target, and it could still be Specteni. So in terms of like she's stealth, because you have no control over who he hits, but he can still hit someone like Specteni. So that's very cool. It doesn't matter what your Specteni is like, he most likely can one-shot her. Assuming that Specteni is a damage dealer. In terms of, you know, if people are asking, hey, who like, you know, RB should be coming up soon. Potentially the next one. Now don't you know, don't trust me 100%, but it's possible. The speculations of RB coming has been so for the past, I don't know, like 4 or 5 months. But in terms of if they're returning the OG ML5s, then RB still has a shot. In terms of like, we have Dark Corvus left. Ruel already had her banner. We had Dark Corvus left, and I think RB, and that's it. In terms of like the oldest ones, but of course we had that weird ML Cecilia return, so that kind of threw everybody off. But assuming that they are gonna pump out the OG ones, RB will come out soon. Both of them are really good, and although the only thing we don't have is that people haven't tested ML Violet yet, but this coming week we will. Now, I won't go through the skills. I already made a video on it. It has a decent amount of views. If you want my direct thoughts on ML Violet, it hasn't changed. Definitely check that out. It is just my initial thoughts for Remnant Violet. So definitely check out that video if you want to see the most details there. But I myself, I'm going for him. I think he's very cool. Brings a different mechanic that is not available at the moment, in terms of the, again, the random damage, especially when it has like defense penetration with a higher mod, or lower mod than LQC, but he has higher base attack. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt, but I think he's going to be worth it. Now, this is going to be a bit surprising, I think, to everybody, myself included, that the summer side story is here already. I wasn't expecting it to be this quick, especially for those who know me, watch me on video, come to Twitch. You guys know, like, hey, have you pulled Celine? What do you think about her? And I was saying that, no, I'm gonna wait to pull for Celine, in terms of I want to wait until the very end. You know, like, if I just wanted to see what's coming up, you know. And then we still had 1 week to pull for Celine. What's interesting is that Celine is and was, I think, made her first appearance in the summer story. So this one here, Song of the Sea, as a, was it a memory or a letter or something like that? But anyways, it's like we know that Celine is Corinne's aunt or aunt, depends how you pronounce it. But you can see that the Secret Art Storm Sword is actually one of the artifacts here to boost this event. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, is it a whatever, you know, because I got her anyway, I got the artifact, or is it it's kind of weird? I don't know. I feel it's kind of weird, because what if someone just saving just for SSB? It feels kind of baity to go backwards. I don't know. But the banner at this point of the recording is still available. Celine's banner, that is. I won't have too much to say about it. I myself thought it was a bit weird. I'm more of a neutral. I'm kind of like it's kind of interesting, but I think this gives me more incentive to pull for Celine now, because we already know SSB is here and I already have SSB. Although I think if you are planning to use SSB and RTA going forward, it might be nice to have a couple of your imprints. Now if you're missing Rengar Specialty Drink, on the other hand, 100% I think you must be pulling for this banner. Specialty Drink and SSB themselves, in terms of like, are they worth the investment? I would say yes, because even though there have been quote unquote SSB counters, like direct hero counters released, she's still usable. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, other people have told me this, I think this banner came near the end of July, so we're getting this about 11 months since the previous banner, so we're getting it a bit early. Instead of the I think we got the Corinne skin for this season pass. Instead of that, we got skin tickets. That's a good option, of course, because for the returning players, they could purchase it with the Skystone to get another skin in the future. If it's a new player, they can just use the skin tickets to buy the Corinne skin that's already available. So it's the same thing. In terms of comparing the actual season pass, I will admit that I have not looked into exactly what you're getting out of it, but from the past maybe 1 or 2 season passes, people are saying that, oh man, it's so not worth it now. I don't know, I think it just depends how you see it. We got some new accessories as well, 75s. Truth Ring immunity attack with very good substats. Honestly, this ring is probably the most hype thing that I can see. Outside of if you are chasing only heroes with 90 gear, the only thing you're missing is that this can't be 90'd. But outside of that, I think it's very solid. It has all the right substats. It can be used for a ton of people, especially its on immunity and its attack. So the ring is perfect. The necklace, I'm a bit of on the iffy side. Crit chance, but it's a 75, so you can never enhance this to or reforge it to up to 65. No, 60% crit chance, but this will always remain 55. And then, you know, arguably you'd be like, well, I don't need that much, but it has no crit damage either. So I mean the substat's usable, but on a crit rate piece right now, for mainstream DPS, if you run a crit rate neck, you want some crit damage, you want some attack, maybe some speed in there. I mean, the substats are not bad, but I don't know, I think most people won't run this. Maybe on like someone that needs 100% crit rate. So if you roll like all speed, maybe this would be your new speed neck, like Athletica, stuff like that. So I mean, it's not like it's not usable, but it's definitely not as exciting as the ring. I also think that could be potentially what they did in terms of, I don't know if it's just someone that did some really bad photoshopping, but the cropping is very different. The scale, you can see it's very, very different. So it's almost like Truth Ring. And then Rainbow Marble Necklace. Yeah. Exchange Shop, we don't need to talk about that. We got this artifact from last year as well. Some people actually used it. So that's kind of cool. So if this is usable for you and you get a second copy, why not? So yeah, SSB drop rate up. Again, SSB, if you don't know what she does, if you're like kind of new, She's going to be a limited hero, so she won't be popping up back in any Mystic banners, any return banners. She's high priority to get. Not only is she really good in offense, she's decent in defense as well now, still. You just got to build her a bit differently than maybe from a year ago. An RTA, still very solid choice. She's still a really big hassle to deal with. So I would say must pull. Lilibet, you can skip it if you want. I mean, if you like her, sure. We got Japanese media pack as well. Fallen Cecilia, DJB, and Luluka is joining in terms of the 5 stars. 4-star Troublemaker Crozet, Roaming Leo, Kawazu, Kawana, and then Free Spirit Tieria. My assumption is that when they developed the Free Spirit Tieria, the hero, they already had the voice actress already doing the line, so that's kind of cool. 3 stars, we got Eaton as well. That's actually quite interesting. Eaton, Ainz, Lena, Hatan, and Batiste. So the exact 3-star heroes that were released together when we got the new 3-star heroes. Chat improvements. These are nice little quality of life changes. It's definitely cool. Basic chat, you could filter now. Guild chat, basic chat. You could also filter out your notification settings, which is great. But although it's not so bothersome that you really need to turn it off, I guess, unless you don't want to be, like, let's say, tempted. So like, you know, someone just summoned an RB in Covenants, and then you're just like, frick, I have 200 Covenants, I'm gonna spam it because I got tempted. So outside of that, the notifications are not usually that big anyways and disturbing, so it doesn't really bother your gameplay. But it's a nice addition that they have. These keyword searches that you can have, you can set keywords for people to notify you. It's kind of good too. So I guess now people can @ you. So that's kind of interesting. But again, like, unless they change the notification size, it's pretty small. You'd have to really be paying attention to the game for you to actually see those things. But again, not saying that is bad. I love these additions. Smilegate always impresses me with how much love they put into UI and UI updates. It's pretty crazy, actually. A lot of games don't even care about the UI. It's like, UI done, boom, game, get money, that's it. But they actually put love into the UI. Emoticons or emojis are now added to the chat window. That's very cool. That's very nice. I mean, we got the favorites. We got the Roz Toxic emote. We'll call it Roz Toxic emote. That's the best. And then the Roz Toxic thumbs up emote. It's the very fact that Roz is like the most toxic one is actually really good. And then we got a recruiting and an add me. Kind of nice additions. I mean, they get the message across right away. So instead of saying like, we're recruiting, they can just use those emoticons. It's pretty cool. So picture speaks 1,000 words or something like that, you know? Whatever. Other stuff, I don't know if I want to talk about. Not a lot of big things. Oh yeah, okay, so yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I mean, the big ones, I think ML Violet SSB coming so soon. If you haven't pulled for Celine and you're waiting like me, I think now is a good time to pull for Celine if you have SSB. The speculation was like, ooh, is it gonna be another summer hero, right? I would say that I'm half. I'm a bit disappointed there's not another summer limited hero, but at the same time, I kind of understand it. We're still not really far from the Guilty Gear collab. That had set some free-to-play players back quite a bit, especially ones that never got Biken or Dizzy, and then Elfelt. So I guess it's good. That's good. But it's just like, you know, to get us hyped for summer, for especially the returning, the players that never left the game, to get us hyped, you know, any one of the summer heroes kind of previewed in the artwork, like Lidica. Some people want a summer Lots as well, and a summer Aether, like the swimsuit Aether. Oh gosh, man, this community. Anyways, that's pretty much it for my thoughts. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What you guys think about this stuff that I was talking about. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them as well. I'll try to get to them. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna end this with the video recording. If you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.